Hey everybody, this is Gainer Milky and I am Miss G and this is Tea with Miss G and Tea is spilling information about trauma, empowerment, and action and some serving some wisdom up too. So I hope that you find that this is valuable for you. And I started doing this series because I felt like I was learning a lot. And as a business coach and a life coach and an entrepreneur, and I know a lot of people say that, but I've been doing this for a long time. And I just felt like with where my life was at, I wanted to share some of what I was learning and kind of take you along for my journey. And I hope that you'll share your journey too. Either reach out to me at Gaynor, Gaynor, at Charisma Inc., CHARISMAINK.com. That's my company. And we're not here really to talk about my company. This is going to be the first letter of our life acronym today in this episode. So I have a plan called the Conscious Success Plan that I've been working on kind of as a holistic approach to getting to achieve your goals at the highest level. And I've worked with executives and individuals for over 25 years doing coaching and business strategy, and now into the life coaching, conscious parenting, as well as child psychology. So I kind of roll everything all up into some actionable topics and steps that you can take to move your life forward and in the direction you want, no matter where you are. So for some people, L, which is love, can be a real challenge, but it can also be a beautiful thing. So today, I had just done a video on not giving up your own daydreams and your dreams in general for other people or other priorities that aren't your own. And so I think that's a place where we can really fall into a trap with love relationships, because where is the fine line between loyalty and a team approach versus um, independence, as well as, ideally, you have somebody who will help you accomplish your goals and be happy doing so, and you can do the same for them. And it really is a true enmeshment of life. But in a lot of cases, that's just not true. And I think that's something that we don't talk enough about. And I've got some T notes that I made because I've been doing a lot of thinking about this lately. And one of the things that I think is really important to think about, especially in today's day and age, is that there's a lot of impermanence, even though we're still clinging to the idea that love relationships should be permanent. And I think that, for some people, that's an invitation to a life left unlived. So for my, I guess, 2 cents on this, I've struggled a lot with this in my relationships where I didn't have partners who were on the same page as I am in building something that's more of a legacy than just something that's going to earn a living. So I certainly can feel that there were some insecurities and frustration along those lines. And I think that's something that you've got to be clear on when you meet somebody, and not to let somebody else hold you back. And so that's where you have to be really clear about what your goals are and what your shared goals are. Otherwise, it can really lead to, a fractured relationship. But having said that, if somebody's not capable of doing what they need to do to be comfortable with it, it's not your job to heal or fix them. So you have to uh, still, you can still love them, but you still advocate for yourself And obviously the one of the best ways to do this is to be upfront. Sometimes we get married when we're very young and we don't necessarily know how things are going to unroll, but I think that you do know what somebody's character is, and if somebody's not focused on your happiness, and not saying they need to make you happy, but if they're not concerned about you also being happy, then they may not be the best partner for you in the long term. And the same for you. If you can't get excited about somebody else achieving their goals, then that's not fair to take the role of being what should be their biggest cheerleader in life. So, some thoughts to consider about dreams and dating and partnerships over the long term, and really getting clear on what it is that you want, which is what we're going to talk about in our next video, where we talk about identity and identifying not only your own wishes and desires and dreams, but also how they can shift and change as you evolve as a human.